Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll be learning the skill of synthesis. By the end of this lesson, we want to be able to use a range of comprehension strategies on a text. We want to express our thoughts on something before, during, and after we read. We want to understand the differences between synthesizing and summarizing. And we want to know the three main types of synthesis. So what is synthesis? The word synthesis means combining things to make a more connected whole. In science, plants grow by combining water, air, and sunlight. In reading, we use a mixture of strategies to understand the text. We combine these and we form new ideas and opinions as we read. It helps to have practiced the other strategies before, like making connections, predicting, and inferring if you want to get into using synthesis. Sometimes it helps to think of a ripple on the surface of the water. At first, the stone falls and makes a small circle. That's your initial thought. As you read through the text, that thought grows and changes in shape. After you finish reading, your opinion might be very different to when you started. Sometimes people call a synth the aha moment, but other times the change in our thoughts are a lot less obvious. So the aha moment would be a new understanding, something the reader never considered at all until they read the text. A little bit subtler then would be when you get a deeper understanding. You become more aware or appreciative of an idea after reading a text. And the third kind is a changed understanding, thinking differently as a result of the text. Let's look at some examples from films. In these moments, the hero learns something new at the same time as we, the audience, do. In Wreck-It Ralph, everyone thinks Vanellope is not supposed to be a racer in the game Sugar Rush. Then Ralph sees a picture of Vanellope riding a go-kart on the side of the arcade game, and we suddenly realize that this was a lie. In How to Train Your Dragon 2, our main character Hiccup already knew that dragons were intelligent animals that could work with humans. But when his mother teaches him more about dragons, this adds to what we understood before. We have a deeper understanding. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Harry learns that when Voldemort was a child, he had no parents, nobody told him he was a wizard, and he was sad and lonely. Then his life changed when he went to Hogwarts, where everyone appreciated how talented he was. This is shockingly similar to Harry's life. We thought we knew everything we needed to know about Voldemort. It's a shock to realise that he deserves some sympathy and that maybe he could even have been good. Now we have a changed understanding of the character. Next, let's practice using this skill. I'm going to use the water ripples to write down my thoughts before, during, and after reading the story, The Lion and the Mouse. Before I read the story, I use my predicting. I look at the title and the illustration and I think, this must be about a lion who eats a mouse. The Lion and the Mouse. A lion lay asleep in the forest, his great head resting on his paws. A timid little mouse came upon him unexpectedly, and in her fright and haste to get away, ran across the lion's nose. Roused from his nap, the lion laid his huge paw angrily on the tiny creature to kill her. "Spare me," begged the poor mouse. "Please let me go, and someday I will surely repay you." The lion was much amused to think that a mouse could ever help him, but he was generous and finally let the mouse go. As I read, I think this must be about how a mouse got lucky that a lion let him go. Let's continue. Some days later, while stalking his prey in the forest, the lion was caught in the toils of a hunter's net. Unable to free himself, he filled the forest with his angry roaring. The mouse knew the voice and quickly found the lion struggling in the net. Running to one of the great ropes that bound him, she gnawed it until it paired, and soon the lion was free. "You laughed when I said I would repay you," said the mouse. "Now you can see that even a mouse can help a lion." So after reading, I've changed my mind again, and I think this story is really about how anyone can make a difference, and it doesn't matter what size they are. So as you can see, I've written my thoughts down in the water ripple as I was reading. I obviously had to change my mind a lot as I went along, but that's okay, that's the whole point. Finally, a synthesis is not the same as a summary. A synthesis can include parts of a summary. Synthesizing requires the reader to take that summary or partial retelling and add in their own thoughts, experiences, opinions, interpretations, and connections to generate a new, bigger idea. It's going beyond the text. Even more, a very good synthesis can combine ideas from across multiple texts to form new, big ideas. In the next video, I'm going to read the book So Far From the Sea by Eve Bunting. I'd like you to take a spare piece of paper or a copybook page and draw 3 circles to make our water ripples. As you read, write down your thoughts before, during, and after hearing/reading the text. Moshiv, and I will see you in the next video.